What do you do when you're angry? What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad, you feel like biting.
I've been angry, sad, frustrated, mad from all the events going on right now. The ignorance and hypocrisy of these pseudo-patriots, the Rambo worshippers, the gun freaks. Do they even know what they're fighting for? Calling them pigs would be an insult to the animal because at least the animal can think for itself.
When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right, what do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag, or see how fast you go?
Many of us can't actively protest for one reason or another, but that should be no excuse to staying silent. I want to show you 5 ways you can show resistance through art. The art of song is a very powerful one that can convey a strong emotion along with a powerful message. You can write what you've been feeling or listen to what others have to say, and that could be great inspiration for you to combine art activism with social commentary. I want to give you a list of a few songs that personally spoke to me, that inspired me to make some of these projects that you're going to see later in this video. I'll link down a playlist full of the songs, as well as show a quick list here. Stencils are pretty easy to make. All you need is a printer, paper, and X-Acto knife. And you don't even necessarily need a printer. Now, stencils are really versatile with their use. You could make signs. I have an example right here of a protest that I attended. You could actually use a stencil to make designs on shirts. This could potentially go on a shirt. So it doesn't have to be necessarily street art. But now that we're on the topic of street art, I have a couple resources for you guys to check out to keep going on with the movement. So that'll all be in the description below. Posters and prints are probably the oldest method of getting the message out there, and it's an effective one. We can see that in World War I times, World War II, where they really made a difference, and I think they can still do that during these times. You can definitely get creative with it and find different ways of printing, whether it's with a stencil, a silk screen, or even just printing it out. I've come to like the Mao Zedong propaganda posters, not because of what they stand for, but from an artistic point of view. The use of the red-orange to symbolize just strong leadership, dictatorship, catch your eye, and the limitation of using only 2 colors. I couldn't find anything on the artist, but I did try to make my own, and here it is. Can you guys guess what the message is? I'd actually love to hear some interpretations in the comments. I'll be reading them. Rather than using your shirt as an advertising billboard, use it to send a message with screen printing. It combines poster making and customizing clothes. A screen printing kit can be a little pricey, but in the long run, it's going to be cheaper screen printing your own shirts rather than ordering them from a website. To give back to the community and keep showing resistance through art, I made and sold shirts to raise funds for Phoenix's Black People's Justice Fund. The money goes towards freeing those who were arrested during a protest, and if you'd like to contribute as well, I will also link them in the description. Clothing and fashion have been used to show resistance for a very, very long time now, from zoot suits to punk fashion to even growing out your hair. Zoot suits were a way to protest World War II. They were seen as unpatriotic, un-American because of the amount of fabric used, and fabric needed to be rationed for the military. The long hair was a protest against the Vietnam War. It was anti-military, anti-buzz cut, and an iconic part of the hippie movement. On the topic of the Vietnam War, I want to go back to the posters and show you this one that I really, really like. I'm going to link a small article about this poster, and you'll see why I really like it. Punk fashion is an anti-authoritarian statement. Anarchy. But remember, anarchy does not mean chaos. Punk fashion often displays wild hair, boots, studs, safety pins, and patches. I encourage you all to do this with me. You're going to need a shirt, preferably black, red and black fabric. I just use old shirts from the thrift, and a thread and needle. Cut out a big star from the red fabric and these shapes from the black fabric. Use the thread and needle to sew them together into this. This is a symbol I made for a safe underground club of creatives and artists that do not tolerate hate. This is your invitation, and I invite you to invite others. To join, all you have to do is make and wear this. If you are racist, if you are disrespectful to women, if you believe that you are superior, if you are homophobic, if you turn a blind eye, if you are transphobic, if you infringe on people's rights, if you make money from the suffering of others, or if you support somebody who does, this is not for you. If you see somebody representing this symbol and you are any of what I listed, leave them alone. They don't want anything to do with you, and neither do we. Those were 5 ways to combine art activism with social commentary. I hope one of these mediums caught your eye and inspired you to resist through art. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this through the end. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next one.